heart of Earth's distant past. A time before humans roamed the planet. The skies were more dangerous than we can ever imagine. Today, we uncover the untold stories of prehistoric superstorms and the creatures that fought for survival in the face of nature's raw, unforgiving power. These titanic battles between life and Earth's elements shaped the course of evolution, altering the path of history forever. To truly understand these ancient storms, we need to step back, way back, to the Precambrian, Paleozoic, and Mesozoic eras. These were times when Earth's climate and atmosphere were wildly different compared to today. During these periods, volcanic activity was frequent and intense, releasing vast amounts of ash and greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. This had profound impacts on the planet's climate, creating conditions that were ripe for powerful and unpredictable storms. In the Precambrian era, the Earth's surface was young and volatile. Massive volcanic eruptions were commonplace, pouring lava across vast stretches of land and spewing ash high into the sky. These eruptions played a critical role in shaping the early atmosphere and contributed to greenhouse gas levels that were much higher than what we experience now. This greenhouse effect trapped heat, leading to a warmer global climate and making the atmosphere more dynamic and capable of producing severe weather. As we move into the Paleozoic era, the absence of ice at the poles created a different climatic environment. Without polar ice, there were no barriers to the flow of ocean currents, which were massive and influential. These currents helped to distribute heat around the globe, contributing to the drastic shifts in weather patterns. The oceans, filled with diverse marine life, were also crucial in absorbing carbon dioxide and regulating the global temperature. But their currents could also fuel massive storms. Transitioning to the Mesozoic era, the climate continued to be dominated by high levels of carbon dioxide. This era is famously known as the Age of Dinosaurs, but it was also a period of significant climatic volatility. The Mesozoic atmosphere was dense and moist, with warm temperatures extending even to higher latitudes. Tropical storms and hurricanes during this time could be particularly fierce, fed by the warm ocean waters and the constant release of volcanic gases into the atmosphere. Volcanic activity, ocean currents, and greenhouse gases all worked together to create a dynamic climate system during these ancient times. Studying these eras helps us understand how natural forces can drive extreme weather patterns. By examining the geological and climatic records from these periods, scientists can infer the nature and frequency of ancient storms, which in turn provides valuable insights into Earth's climatic history and its future. Understanding the ancient climate allows us to appreciate the complex interplay of natural processes that have shaped Earth's environment through the eons. The ancient rock formations scattered across our planet serve as silent witnesses to the Earth's tumultuous past. These geological archives reveal that superstorms, far more devastating than any modern-day hurricanes, once ravaged the landscape. These megastorms, coupled with relentless dust storms, disrupted ecosystems and reshaped the terrain, leaving an indelible mark on the course of Earth's history. But what celestial and terrestrial forces combined to unleash such violent weather? Massive volcanic eruptions and meteorite impacts are thought to be significant contributors to these cataclysmic weather patterns. Volcanic ash ejected into the atmosphere blocked sunlight, causing drastic temperature drops and turbulent weather. Similarly, asteroid collisions sent shockwaves through the atmosphere, stirring up powerful storms. The energy released from these events likely intensified existing weather systems, creating superstorms capable of sweeping across entire continents. As these storms raged, they carved out new landscapes and created new challenges for the flora and fauna of prehistoric Earth. Surviving such violent weather required remarkable adaptations, Many species develop tough exteriors or burrowing behaviors to shield themselves from the elements. Aquatic creatures, meanwhile, might have found temporary refuge in deeper waters, avoiding the chaos above. Plant life also played a critical role in adaptation, evolving hardy structures and deep root systems to withstand harsh winds and shifting soils. The evolution of these survival mechanisms can be observed in the fossil record. Dinosaur footprints found in what were once swampy areas suggest that some species migrated to escape the worst of the weather. Evidence of ancient burrows indicates that smaller creatures sought underground havens. Additionally, the presence of resilient, fast-growing plants in these ancient strata points to a rapid ecological recovery between storm events, demonstrating nature's resilience. Over time, the continuous onslaught of extreme weather catalyzed evolutionary changes, driving the diversification of species. The necessity to adapt to ever-changing hostile environments likely accelerated natural selection, giving rise to species uniquely equipped to handle harsh conditions. This period of ecological upheaval was a crucible for innovation, pushing life forms to their limits and ultimately leading to the extensive biodiversity we observe today. In conclusion, the ancient geological evidence paints a picture of a world constantly under siege by extreme weather patterns. These megastorms served as a powerful force in shaping the evolutionary trajectory of prehistoric life, propelling the development of adaptive traits that ensured survival. The remnants of these storms, etched in rock, tell a story of resilience, adaptation, and the indomitable spirit of life in the face of nature's most formidable challenges. Over 500 million years ago, during the Cambrian explosion, Earth's oceans teemed with extraordinary marine life. This period marked the dawn of complex ecosystems, where creatures like trilobites and brachiopods flourished. However, even in these vibrant seas, the threat of storms loomed large, shaping and reshaping the marine landscape in dramatic ways. Fossil evidence provides a vivid glimpse into the tumultuous environment of the Cambrian seas. Violent storms, coupled with seismic activity, frequently triggered massive underwater landslides. These sediment avalanches transformed the ocean floor, burying habitats and creating ever-changing terrains. Marine creatures had to adapt swiftly to these dynamic conditions, or face extinction. Trilobites, with their hard exoskeletons and versatile body forms, managed to thrive in this unpredictable environment. They scuttled across the shifting sands and rocky outcrops, their segmented bodies allowing for efficient movement and quick burrowing into sediment for protection. Meanwhile, brachiopods anchored themselves to the seafloor, utilizing long, stalk-like pedicles to stay rooted even when powerful currents swept through. Despite their adaptations, the shifting sediments and temperature fluctuations posed significant threats. Storm-induced temperature changes likely led to mass migrations, as species that preferred stable conditions were forced to seek new habitats. These migrations disrupted local ecosystems, causing competition for resources and sometimes leading to the extinction of less competitive species. The constant environmental upheaval also spurred evolutionary innovation. Creatures developed unique features to cope with frequent disturbances. For instance, some organisms evolved hardened shells or intricate body armor for protection against sediment burial and predators. Others developed specialized feeding mechanisms to take advantage of new food sources unveiled by the disturbed sediments. As the Cambrian explosion progressed, the rapid pace of environmental change continued to drive the diversification of life. While many species succumbed to the relentless pressures, others emerged with newfound adaptations, ensuring their survival and eventual evolution into the myriad forms of marine life we recognize in the fossil record today. The trials of the Cambrian seas thus set the stage for the resilient and diverse life forms that would come to dominate Earth's oceans. Thus, the Cambrian explosion remains a testament to nature's capacity for both destruction and creation. The powerful storms and seismic activities that once wrought chaos on the ocean floor also acted as catalysts for the remarkable biodiversity of that era. The legacy of the Cambrian explosion is a vivid reminder of the delicate balance between life and the ever-changing environment. As we explore the fossilized remnants of this distant past, we gain insights into the resilience and adaptability of life. The story of the Cambrian seas underscores the enduring power of nature's forces, shaping the course of life through both destruction and opportunity. Fast forward to the end of the Permian period, 252 million years ago, and you find yourself in a world on the brink of annihilation. This was the setting for the greatest extinction event in Earth's history, wiping out nearly 90% of all life. Massive volcanic eruptions racked the planet, painting the skies with fire and ash. These eruptions were not just local events. They spanned continents, spewing lava and gases that transformed Earth's atmosphere into a toxic cauldron. The volcanic activity triggered superstorms unlike anything seen before. Imagine hurricanes on steroids, capable of tearing apart landscapes and uprooting what once thrived. These storms would rage for weeks, even months, heaving torrents of acid rain that scoured the earth. Fertile landscapes turned into desolate wastelands as corrosive rains poisoned the soil and waters. Plants wilted and animals choked as their habitats became increasingly inhospitable. The atmosphere was thick with heavy ash and toxic gases like sulfur dioxide. Day turned to night as clouds of ash blocked the sun, plunging the earth into a prolonged darkness. The lack of sunlight disrupted photosynthesis, cutting off the energy supply for many life forms at the base of the food chain. It was a domino effect. Without plants, herbivores starved, which in turn led to the collapse of carnivores. Evidence from ancient rock formations and isotope studies points to a planet in perpetual turmoil. Geologists have uncovered layers of sediment bearing the unmistakable signs of intense storms. Ripple marks frozen in time tell tales of violent winds and heavy rains. Isotope studies reveal sudden shifts in temperature, indicating severe climate swings that would have made survival nearly impossible for many species. In the oceans, the picture was just as grim. Marine life suffered catastrophically as the ocean chemistry changed drastically. Acidification caused by increased volcanic CO2 killed off many marine species. Coral reefs, the bustling underwater cities, turned into graveyards. The oceans became void of oxygen, creating vast dead zones where only the hardiest microorganisms could survive. This marine collapse further disrupted the fragile balance of life on Earth. As the Permian period drew to a close, the Earth was a mere shadow of its former self. Scoured landscapes, barren oceans, and a sky perpetually choked with ash spoke of an apocalyptic scene. Yet life, in its resilient nature, began to adapt and evolve. Some species managed to survive by burrowing underground or retreating to the few remaining safe havens. They would become the ancestors of the life forms that would eventually recolonize the planet. The end of the Permian was not just a chapter of death and destruction, but also a prelude to new beginnings. The collapse of old ecosystems cleared the way for new life forms to emerge and adapt to the dramatically altered world. This catastrophic event set the stage for the rise of the dinosaurs and ultimately, much later, mammals, including us humans. The Earth, though scarred, carried on resilient and regenerative as ever. The cataclysmic events of the past reshaped the world in unimaginable ways. Amidst the ash and turmoil, when many species faced extinction, some resilient creatures found remarkable ways to adapt. Among these ancient survivors were the cynodonts, the evolutionary ancestors of modern mammals. These extraordinary creatures navigated the fiery, chaotic landscapes with tenacity and ingenuity. As the skies darkened with volcanic ash and the earth trembled with unrelenting quakes, the cynodonts sought refuge beneath the surface. They instinctively burrowed into the earth, constructing elaborate tunnels and chambers that offered protection from the environmental onslaught. These subterranean sanctuaries served as their homes, safeguarding them from the acidic rains and searing heat above. Within their burrows, the cynodonts developed unique adaptations to ensure their survival. Their keen senses attuned to the vibrations in the ground, allowing them to detect approaching danger. They honed their abilities to navigate in darkness, their whiskers brushing against the cool, earthy walls as they moved silently through the labyrinthine passages. Their strong, dexterous limbs dug tirelessly, carving out new spaces and expanding their underground networks. Life in the burrows demanded a new kind of resilience. Their diets adapted to the sparse, post-apocalyptic landscapes. They became omnivores, scavenging for whatever plant matter and small prey they could find. This flexibility in diet was a crucial element in their survival, enabling them to endure periods of food scarcity. Despite the dire conditions, the cynodonts thrived, nurturing their young in these hidden shelters and passing down their survival instincts through generations. Over time, these adaptations fostered remarkable evolutionary changes. Cynodonts began to exhibit traits that would become definitive characteristics of mammals. Fur gradually covered their bodies, providing insulation against the cold, fluctuating temperatures of their new environment. Their jaw structures evolved, allowing for more efficient food processing, a crucial advantage in their struggle for survival. Their reproductive strategies also advanced, with live birth becoming a more common practice, increasing the chances of their offspring's survival. The enduring legacy of the cynodonts is a testament to nature's resilience. Through their innovative survival strategies, they carved out a niche in a world filled with chaos, ensuring the continuity of life. Their story reminds us of the incredible adaptability of life on Earth. The traces of these ancient burrowers are etched into the evolutionary tree, leading to the diverse and varied mammals that inhabit the planet today. Their journey from the stormy hellscape to burrowed sanctuaries underscores the power of adaptation in the face of extreme adversity. The Jurassic period, a time when dinosaurs reigned supreme, was a world of immense and untamed natural forces. Far from being a serene paradise, this epoch was dominated by gigantic hurricanes that could span over 1,000 miles wide. These colossal storms wielded unimaginable power, transforming the landscape in their wake and leaving a legacy that researchers are only beginning to unravel through the sediments and fossils they left behind. Evidence of these prehistoric tempest events can be found in the geological records that line ancient coastlines. Enormous storm surges battered these shores, relentlessly sweeping across the terrain and uprooting entire ecosystems. The violent force of the hurricanes would bury plants, bones, and countless organisms under thick layers of sediment. This natural upheaval preserved and fossilized the remains, providing a dramatic snapshot of life millions of years ago. These ancient hurricanes were fueled by the warm, shallow seas that defined much of the Earth's surface during the Jurassic period. As warm air rose from these oceans, it collided with cooler air in the atmosphere, creating the perfect breeding ground for the cyclonic storms. The storms gained more energy and size, wreaking havoc as they moved inland, carving new topographies and reshaping the contours of the land. The relentless surges of water carried not only the debris of plants and animals, but also nutrient-rich sediments from the ocean floor. These deposits buried the coastal regions under layers of mud and sand, which over millions of years transformed into the fossil-bearing rock formations that punctuate today's landscapes. Researchers have uncovered entire ecosystems frozen in time, from the preserved bones of fearsome predators like the Allosaurus to the remains of giant ferns and towering conifers. While the dinosaurs were the undisputed rulers of the land, they were at the mercy of these volatile natural elements. The force of the hurricanes determined not only the physical environment, but also the distribution and survival of species. Coastal areas with their periodic inundations were particularly treacherous habitats. The powerful storms would have forced animal migrations, impacted breeding sites, and even caused localized extinctions, making survival a constant challenge. The exploration of these prehistoric storm remnants offers a window into the climatic conditions of the Jurassic period. It highlights the interconnectedness of life and the environment and the way natural forces have shaped evolutionary pathways. Understanding these ancient climatic patterns also provides a comparative baseline to study modern climate phenomena. By learning about the impact and frequency of these ancient hurricanes, scientists gain valuable insights into Earth's future climatic shifts. In conclusion, the Jurassic period's gigantic hurricanes were a testament to the dynamic and often chaotic forces that have sculpted our planet. These ancient storms encapsulate the ferocious beauty of natural history, reminding us that the world of the dinosaurs was as wild and unpredictable as the creatures that inhabited it. Such knowledge enriches our appreciation of Earth's climatic timeline and underscores the perpetual dance of destruction and creation that defines our ever-changing world. Millions of years ago, during a time of volatile weather patterns, dinosaurs had to evolve unique strategies to ensure their survival. Among these majestic creatures were the larger species such as Brachiosaurus and Stegosaurus, whose sheer size provided distinct advantages. Their massive bodies and powerful limbs were not merely for intimidation or feeding, but vital tools for navigating through the treacherous and often flooded landscapes they called home. Brachiosaurus, with its towering frame and long neck, could easily wade through deep waters. Its height allowed it to spot emerging threats, while its robust legs helped it maintain balance and stability on muddy ground. These giants could traverse rivers and wetlands, seeking out the nutrient-rich plant life that thrived in these environments. Their size also afforded them protection against predators, which struggled to challenge such large targets. Stegosaurus, though not as towering as Brachiosaurus, used its heavy and muscular build to its advantage. The iconic plates along its back likely played a role in thermoregulation, helping it to survive extreme temperatures during storms. Its sturdy legs enabled it to push through dense underbrush and withstand the impact of wind and rain. The heavily armored tail, equipped with lethal spikes known as thagomizers, provided a formidable defense against any predators that managed to approach. While the larger dinosaurs adapted by using their size and strength, smaller and more agile dinosaurs had to develop different survival tactics. During intense storms, these nimble creatures would seek refuge in caves or among the dense foliage of forest canopies. Agile and quick, they relied on their speed to evade danger. Their smaller bodies allowed them to exploit crevices and small shelters that were inaccessible to their larger counterparts, offering protection against the elements. These survival strategies were crucial in a world where weather events could be catastrophic. The ability to adapt was necessary for endurance, influencing the evolutionary paths these remarkable creatures took. Larger dinosaurs developed physical attributes that enabled them to confront the challenges posed by their environment, while smaller species refined their agility and evasiveness. In this dynamic and often hostile prehistoric world, the diverse adaptations of dinosaurs underscore the incredible resilience of life. Both large and small dinosaurs found ways to cope with the harsh climatic conditions, ensuring their lineage continued through time. These adaptations not only highlight the prowess of these ancient beings, but also offer insight into the complex interplay between biology and environment. Each survival strategy painted a vivid picture of the daily struggles and triumphs of dinosaurs in an unpredictable landscape, etching their story into Earth's rich tapestry. During the tumultuous Cretaceous period, the prehistoric oceans were primeval cauldrons, roiling with energy as fierce storms lashed their waters. These aquatic superstorms, comparable to or even surpassing modern hurricanes, reshaped the Earth's coastal boundaries with their tremendous force. The evidence found in sedimentary rock formations and fossil records reveals that these marine tempests were critical shapers of our planet's geological and biological history. Just as storms on land eroded mountains and carved valleys, these oceanic furies incessantly battered shorelines with relentless power, altering marine landscapes drastically. Coastal cliffs crumbled under the ceaseless onslaught, transforming once stable shorelines into dynamic environments of change. Debris from these violent encounters, carried by monstrous waves, settled into new strata, preserving snapshots of these prehistoric tempests for us to discover millions of years later. Marine life faced a relentless struggle for survival amidst such chaotic conditions. The formidable strength of these storms created selective pressures that drove evolutionary innovations. Shelled creatures such as ammonites and belemnites developed robust structures to withstand the powerful surges, while some species of fish evolved streamlined bodies to navigate the turbulent waters more effectively. The diversity of life forms found in the fossil record is a testament to the resilient and adaptable nature of life under duress. Not all life forms survived these ancient superstorms unscathed. The fossil evidence shows episodes of significant marine die-offs correlating with periods of intense storm activity. These lethal conditions created both destruction and opportunities, clearing ecological niches and paving the way for new species to emerge and thrive. This cyclical pattern of destruction and rebirth continuously reshaped the evolutionary landscape of the Cretaceous oceans. The interaction between ocean superstorms and marine life during the Cretaceous period serves as a fascinating parallel to contemporary climate challenges. Understanding the dynamics of these ancient storms offers valuable insights into how current and future climatic events might influence our own marine ecosystems. As we study these past phenomena, we gain a deeper appreciation for the intertwined forces of nature that have always governed life on Earth. Ultimately, the prehistoric oceans were battlegrounds where mighty storms sculpted both the physical and biological realms. These aquatic superstorms not only reshaped coastlines, but also drove the evolutionary paths of myriad marine species. The legacy of these ancient tempests is etched into the very fabric of our planet, reminding us of the power and persistence of nature's forces throughout history. In the depths of ancient oceans, one creature reigned supreme, the Mosasaurus. This apex predator, often exceeding 50 feet in length, was a masterpiece of evolutionary design. Armed with a streamlined body and powerful paddle-like limbs, the Mosasaurus could navigate the tumultuous seas of its time with unmatched agility and speed. Its jaws, filled with razor-sharp teeth, were capable of delivering deadly bites to its prey, ensuring its dominance over other marine creatures. The fossil record paints a vivid picture of the Mosasaurus's world, where storms of unimaginable ferocity were routine. Evidence suggests that these prehistoric giants could have encountered waves towering up to 100 feet high. In such extreme conditions, where chaos reigned and survival of the strongest was the law, the Mosasaurus's physical adaptations were crucial. Its sleek, hydrodynamic frame allowed it to slice through turbulent waters with minimal resistance, while its muscular tail provided the thrust needed to propel it forward with powerful strokes. Beyond its physical prowess, the Mosasaurus also possessed keen sensory abilities, which would have been essential for hunting in the often murky and turbulent waters. Its large, forward-facing eyes suggested excellent vision, allowing it to detect movement from great distances. Coupled with a highly developed sense of smell, this apex predator could track its prey with chilling efficiency. Whether stalking shoals of fish, ambushing squid, or taking down unwary smaller marine reptiles, the Mosasaurus was a relentless and versatile hunter. Life for the Mosasaurus, though, was not just about hunting. These formidable creatures also had to contend with rivals and threats within their watery domain. Other large predators, such as the formidable pliosaurs and the swift ichthyosaurs, shared the same waters, each vying for supremacy. In such a competitive environment, the Mosasaurus's adaptations to stormy conditions may have provided a significant survival advantage. The ability to maneuver deftly in choppy seas could mean the difference between catching a meal and becoming a meal in the ever-hungry prehistoric oceans. Despite their dominance, the age of the Mosasaurus came to an end with the mass extinction event that wiped out the dinosaurs. However, their legacy endures, captured in the fossilized bones that speak of a time when giants ruled the seas. Today, the Mosasaurus continues to captivate scientists and enthusiasts alike, offering a glimpse into a world lost to time. As we study these ancient predators, we gain a deeper understanding of life's resilience and adaptability in the face of nature's fury. The Mosasaurus, with its perfect blend of power and precision, remains one of the most fascinating creatures to have ever inhabited our planet. This impact sent shockwaves through the atmosphere, triggering tsunamis, mega-hurricanes, and volcanic activity around the globe. The violent collision created ripples that reverberated across Earth's surface, causing unprecedented disturbances that cascaded like a row of dominoes. The energy of the blast ripped through the skies, and the ground trembled as waves roared and winds howled, engulfing everything in their path with a relentless fury. Fossils from this time reveal the sheer devastation. Layers of soot, ash, and iridium-rich sediment show the result of a planet-wide inferno, followed by storms that swept across continents. These fossilized remnants present a grim tableau of extinction, with ancient bones and charred debris encapsulated in stone, telling stories of fires that raged unchecked and rains that poured for endless days. The Earth, cloaked in darkness and chaos, bore witness to a transformation so extreme that entire ecosystems vanished. Yet from this chaos the first mammals began to rise, setting the stage for the next chapter of life on Earth. In the aftermath of cataclysmic events, small, resilient creatures emerged, scuttling through the ashes and navigating a perilous landscape. These early mammals, harbingers of a renewed era, eked out an existence amidst the smoldering ruins, their tenacity a testament to life's unyielding will to adapt and thrive. It was in this harsh crucible that they forged the foundations for future biodiversity. This period of upheaval fostered an environment ripe for evolutionary innovation. The dramatic changes in climate and habitat compelled these fledgling mammals to rapidly evolve, leading to the diversification of species. The inhospitable world they inhabited became a proving ground for adaptability, where every survival strategy was tested rigorously by the elements. These pioneering mammals diversified rapidly, each generation more suited to the altered world. Gradually, the planet began to heal. Vegetation cautiously re-emerged, and ecosystems slowly rebuilt themselves layer by layer. The once barren landscape sprouted new forms of life, creating niches where the rebounding flora and fauna found their place. Rivers reclaimed their courses, mountains smoothed their fiery, jagged peaks, and life, though scarred, began its ceaseless march forward. Each sunrise brought a promise of renewal as the Earth transformed once more. In this reborn world, mammals seized the opportunity, their varied forms filling every corner of the globe. They developed new traits, keen senses, agile bodies, and complex social structures that would serve them well in an ever-changing world. These adaptations spurred an age of exploration and dominance, laying down roots for the future mammals that would come to populate every environment from soaring canopies to the deepest oceans, echoing the resilience and ingenuity born from an era of devastation and rebirth. In the midst of the turbulent and violent prehistoric world, superstorms ravaged the landscape, tearing through primordial forests and flooding vast plains. These immense storms were more than just natural disasters. They were catalysts for evolution. The chaos forced life to adapt or perish, laying the groundwork for the adaptability seen in species today. As the skies darkened and the atmosphere became a maelstrom of winds and rain, life on Earth had to confront new and unyielding challenges. One of the profound adaptations that emerged from these superstorms was the ability of certain species to take shelter underground. Early mammals and insects were some of the first to burrow deep into the earth, creating complex networks of tunnels and chambers. These subterranean havens shielded them from the storm's fury, providing protection and a stable environment where they could thrive. This instinct to seek refuge underground has been passed down through countless generations, becoming an intrinsic survival strategy that can still be observed in numerous species today. While some sought refuge underground, others evolved to migrate in response to the changing conditions. Birds, in particular, began to develop migratory patterns, traveling vast distances to escape the destructive forces of the superstorms. These epic journeys demanded remarkable stamina and coordination, leading to the evolution of sophisticated navigation systems. Over time, migration became a reliable survival tactic, ensuring that these species could move to more hospitable environments as seasons and weather patterns shifted. For those unable to migrate or burrow, the key to survival lay in developing resilience to withstand the harsh conditions. Plants and certain hardy animals adapted to tolerate prolonged periods of flooding and drought. Roots grew deeper, storing precious water, and leaves developed waxy coatings to reduce water loss. Some amphibians evolved to enter states of dormancy, waiting out unfavorable conditions until the environment stabilized. This ability to endure extremes became a defining characteristic of these resilient species, enabling them to persist despite the relentless onslaught of superstorms. The lessons learned during these prehistoric superstorms have left an indelible mark on the evolutionary history of life on Earth. The ability to take shelter, migrate, and withstand harsh conditions became foundational survival strategies. These adaptations not only enabled species to survive but also to thrive, diversify, and populate a multitude of environments. In modern times, these ancient instincts continue to be relevant, echoing the resilience and adaptability forged in the crucible of prehistoric storms. As we contemplate the incredible journey of life on Earth, it's clear that the foundations laid during these ancient superstorms continue to influence our world. The strategies developed for survival then are still instrumental in navigating the complexities of today's ever-changing environment. The enduring legacy of these early adaptations reminds us of the remarkable resilience of life and the continuous interplay between nature's challenges and the evolutionary ingenuity that overcomes them. We can look at modern storms, like hurricanes and cyclones, and see echoes of these ancient weather patterns. Earth's climate is once again shifting, and with it, new challenges for the species living on this planet. As we face towering hurricanes and spinning cyclones, it's reminiscent of the turbulent weather systems that roared across the planet millions of years ago. The Earth's climate has always been in flux, with periods of extreme weather documented through geological history. Long before human civilization, monstrous storms swept across primordial oceans and ancient landscapes. Today's hurricanes and cyclones serve as stark reminders of these powerful natural forces that have shaped our world since time immemorial. Modern technology allows us to track these storms with unprecedented accuracy, providing valuable insights into their formation, intensity, and potential impact. Satellites orbiting high above the Earth capture detailed images of swirling storm systems, and computer models predict their paths, giving us time to prepare. Despite these advancements, the immense power of these natural events continues to challenge our resilience and adaptability. As hurricanes and cyclones become more intense and frequent, driven by the warming climate, we are witnessing significant changes to our ecosystems. Rising sea levels and shifting weather patterns threaten coastal communities, while intense rainfall leads to devastating floods inland. The consequences of these storms extend beyond immediate destruction, as they reshape landscapes and affect biodiversity in profound ways. The wildlife around us is not immune to these changes. Marine life battles against more acidic and warmer oceans, while land animals face the loss of habitats to rising waters and severe weather. Many species are forced to migrate or adapt to new conditions. Coral reefs, often referred to as the rainforests of the sea, are particularly vulnerable, facing bleaching events and destruction from increasingly violent storms. Humankind, too, must adapt to this new era of heightened storm activity. Our infrastructure, agriculture, and urban planning must evolve to withstand the changing climate. In coastal cities, seawalls and improved drainage systems are critical, while inland communities must prepare for unpredictable weather patterns. Building resilience is not just about surviving the next storm, it's about creating systems that can endure and thrive in the long term. In understanding these modern storms, we also gain insight into Earth's ancient climate history. The atmospheric conditions that give rise to these powerful weather systems have remained somewhat consistent throughout the ages. By studying past weather patterns preserved in ice cores and sediment layers, scientists can predict future climate trends and better prepare us for what's to come. Ultimately, the echoes of ancient storms in our modern climate carry a profound message. The Earth is constantly evolving, and we must evolve with it. By recognizing the signs and learning from past climatic events, we can build a sustainable future that safeguards both our planet and all the species that call it home. As we look to the future, the past holds critical lessons. Our ancestors, whether mammalian or reptilian, faced extreme weather challenges and adapted to survive. Their stories of resilience are still written in the fossils beneath our feet. The question now is, how will we face our own changing climate? Will we adapt and overcome? Or will we too be swept away by the winds of change? Thank you for joining us for this exploration of Earth's prehistoric superstorms. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more amazing discoveries from the ancient world.